Earlier today, the Public Health Ministry received vehicles worth millions of dollars from the Region 6 RDC. Shanice Beckles reports.
Approximately $40 million in motor vehicles were earlier today handed over to the Region 6 Health Services by the Regional Democratic Council at a simple handing over ceremony in the RDC compound. 2 ambulances, a dental bus and a Nissan motorcar PVV 9544 was handed over to the Region 6 Director of Public Health, Mr. Jevon Stephen, by the Regional Executive Officer, Mistress Kim Williams Stephen. Prior to the handing over, Mr. Stephen made these remarks.
This is in keeping with the quest of the region to provide enhanced services in the health department. We know that healthy persons mean healthy minds, mean healthy region. And it is with pleasure that the administration is handing over these items to the Director of the Health Services Department. We want to implore on the department, in particularly the drivers of these vehicles, to operate with care, because we would have invested and we want to ensure that the general populace of Region 6 enjoy the benefits of the services.
Regional Chairman Mr. David Armagon, who was also present at the handing over ceremony, disclosed the purpose of the presentation of the vehicles to the health services.
This dental bus, as you know, would have been here for some years, but recently we refurbished it. We had to buy some new equipment and put it into the dental bus, and if you notice, it's now spanking new. And this dental bus is going to be used to do dental outreaches, especially among the school children. And then when we also have medical outreaches elsewhere, we're going to use the dental bus for that purpose. So I think it will be a good service. It used to be a good service before, but then it went down and now it's back up in operation. And so hopefully it's going to benefit the children and the entire population of our region. These 2 ambulances complement the fleet of ambulances that we have in the region. As you know, with these 2 ambulances means that every hospital in our region now has their own ambulance. Skellen has an ambulance, Port Morant, Blackbush Polder, New Amsterdam. We will have now 2 ambulances at New Amsterdam Hospital and 1 at the National Psychiatric Hospital. So we have now a full complement of ambulances in our region.
Mr. Armagon alluded that the drivers of the vehicles must have proper knowledge of managing the vehicles entrusted to them.
Now I want to say too that one of the problems that we have encountered in the past is that ambulances very quickly are being crashed and not being cared for. So I want to ensure that I will ask the director to make sure that he calls in all these drivers for these vehicles and maybe have a half-day session with them on the care and use of these machines. Because too often, lots of money are being, you just heard $40 million being invested into this venture here. And too often, within a couple of months, some of these machines are being destroyed. So we got to make sure that we train our drivers to make sure that they're careful with the use and especially the maintenance of these vehicles.
The chairman highlighted the purpose of the Nissan motorcar presented to the health services.
The other red vehicle that you see there that has been purchased was done on savings that we had from last year's budget. And so we decided, because very often we have had complaints, especially from New Amsterdam Hospital, where in the event of accidents and so, people are being rushed to New Amsterdam Hospital and there is no vehicle to go for the technicians to do the x-ray and other kinds of lab work. And so this vehicle hopefully will be there in the hospital, and so we can use it especially in the nights and when the hospital services, when the laboratory services and the x-ray services are shut in the evening, then we can bring operators out very quickly. We can bring these people, the technicians out very quickly as soon as we have an accident, because we have now a vehicle to go for them. So hopefully all these things will add to the advancement of the health services within our region. At the end of the day, that's what we're trying to provide, a better service for the people of our region.
The Director of Health Services, upon receiving the vehicles, made brief remarks.
Good morning. On behalf of Health Services Region 6, I'm very happy to be receiving on behalf of the health program 4 vehicles that will definitely enhance our work here in Region 6. I know the chairman did mention that now we have a full complement of ambulances across the region. So I do anticipate faster service, faster rate of transfers when you have to transfer, and generally that health services, health care is delivered in timely and efficient manner. I do promise the REO and the chairman, based on what they would have said, that I will talk with the drivers and ensure care of these vehicles is of high importance so that they can last us a very long time.
Also present at the ceremony were the Medical Superintendent of the New Amsterdam Hospital, Dr. Jacob, Deputy Regional Executive Officer, Mr. Claude Henry, Director of Medical Service in charge of the Mental Hospital, Dr. Vinashri Kirdar, and other executive heads of the region. Shanice Beckles reporting for Channel 8 News.